Okay, great.
Where you want to get the mic parts?
Yeah.
So, Jacob?
Not much.
Man, like, what time is this?
Who?
Time.
Wow.
Because, like, I can affect the outcome of the game. She's been hit.
Yeah. So Carrie's like, there's no losers today.
Carrie, well, we got inside the bar. We got inside the bar. We moved things. Carrie started being a bitch. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to turn around, bitch.
Oh my god.
Oh, because of the game?
Yeah. Did you work today, really, or did you have a day off?
No, I had to go away, man. It was supposed to be my day off.
You guys are slammed for sure.
We got smoked. Well, it's not even that. Just with the kitchen staff, man. We have a problem right now. The kitchen's not wanting to show up.
Okay.
And sometimes I gotta make executive decisions. Like, you know what, we'll give you a cheat.
No,
we get the habit of it. Like, I'm not.
Still happy.
Go somewhere else. You know. Sometimes people overthink. Sometimes.
So what happened to my fucking microphone?
But that happens. But when you make it that habit, I actually on fireworks, so
I work at Applebee's. We do all this stuff.
So I went quick. There's one guy.
Yeah, watch what you say, because this is the card. Yeah.
Marcus is like, messing with it.
How's everybody there?
Great. It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
I worked a lot this weekend, so I'm like,
Oh, I don't like it. It's not cold, nice, and then it's gonna snow.
people were outside fighting the nice weather when I was home. I'm like,
You're missing hooking the mics. That's what you're missing, hooking the microphones in. I'll do the shorter one. It's just this one.
yeah, we did the podcast here last fall, and Remy and I went to St. Jack, and we were seeing Leslie. So Marcus could have taken your picture.
Yeah, take a picture tonight too.
I don't have my drinks and things shirt on today.
I don't either, bro. I have a shoe on. We have sweatshirts, t-shirts. I had to get you one. What size you want?
Medium.
I'll look
Small
what
man.
let's see what I have at home. So this is Tasha's mic number 2.
I think that's it. Like, you need Marcus.
Alright, so go ahead and plug those other 2 mics up. I'll just slide that under there.
Took the big arm last night, and nothing back.
He was at the bar. He didn't go to the game.
Oh!
I talked to him. He flew home. Yeah, that's not this one. There should be one more that's longer. It's right here. They all reach, no worries. Alright.
When we got that's a long one.
That's a big one. Okay, that's long. A root beer?
Water. Funny.
and see if they have them.
Okay.
Haven't seen them first. Right here, bro. You don't know where to put it in the hole. You don't know where the hole is. You don't know where the hole is. The hole's over here now, bro. You recorded with me on this, didn't you? So there's a couple of songs on this. Just to let you know.
That was when we were reading on the base, right?
That's cautious. Go ahead and hang the this one out for me. Three. This is clean up.
Oh, we need.
Uh, I'm oh, you were all right. All the Hawkeye. Which one?
I'm a lot. I know.
You know I'm leaving. Now do
I have known Marcus many years. I would say he was
Okay.
because I like this stuff.
How long has it been since I've seen him? Devon's 22.
Ooh. 9 years? I saw you in the mall. And he was, well, so 10 years? Gosh. Not too long. Don't know how to I'll see you in 06.
Hey, man, I knew you when it was. Oh, yeah, man, I'm sorry. I just got done with work. We just got hit. It was a slow day in South Iowa. So I set it up for my dad. 2 hours later, we need to text your dad. And we got some rain right before the first half. Middle of the slowdown period. Second half, you're starting to improve again. They just kind of
None of ours.
So what the hell did I just put my wallet?
I was listening, like, they told us second year charge, like, second year, like, yeah, they did 2 out of 3. Really, that's what it's 2 out of 3. Like, what? I'm like, yeah. Maybe there's at least 2 remaining. He's like,
Else.
I'm gonna move closer to you because obviously I can't see myself.
I'm thinking here. Not really, man.
Test,
It's
test.
wild back there, right? And I
Test, test, test. Test, test, test.
We have 2 tables on the before the game started. Like,
Can you see the logos on? Hey, turn your logos. Can't see mine. Turn, what's that third one? James. Yeah. No, the cup logo. Superman.
I'm sorry.
Superman. Superman J.
No, no.
Superman. Superman J. Superman J. Oh, that's my head. I was like, why can't I hear myself? My headphones are on.
That new recorder has his baby. What's this is the put him apart?
Yeah, you can touch it, Carter. Yes, yes. Somebody say something.
Can you hear me?
No time.
Go Tigers. All right, ready? Let's do the Remy, you on? My head. Ooh, Remy hooked me up with. Oh, this will help. I was like, I can hear you. There we go. Y'all can hear me?
No.
You deaf, bro. You don't hear it said
No.
phones always fucking.
look at me now. You guys all looking for it? You good?
All right, here we go. Ready? We're gonna hear a song first. Let me get to the. All right, here we go. 5. Welcome to the World's Drunkest Podcast. It's Drinks and Things. Super producer Jay.
Good evening.
Welcome back to Rim City. It's been a stranger. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building. This one's been a long time in the making. I met this young lady in 2006, a summer where I don't even want to speak of. We had too much fun, did too much crazy shit. Help me welcome my sister, Natasha Terrones. Yeah. All right. This episode is brought to you by Iowa Cleanouts Inc. Your local source for junk removal and cleaning. Visit them at iowacleanouts.com. So it's customary, if you listen to us before, it's customary before the start of every show, we do a shot. We're not doing shots today. We're just going to take a sip of whatever this is. So we got 2 waters and 2 beers. Cheers.
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 We're coming to you live from Uptown Garage Brewing Company. Good times and cold beer. So this episode is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do. Right? So we usually have a laugh and I cuss you guys out. This one's going to be probably just as fun. It's going to be a fun episode, but it's probably going to be a little bit different for our listeners. But just as important, right? I got fucking strings and chords and shit everywhere. This one's near and dear to my heart. And this one that I probably should have did, but we probably should have did it a long time ago. We got it. So I'm going to play a song for a little bit, and it's going to kind of set up the rest of our show. And you can chill, and Remy, you can play with yourself, of course, while the song's playing. If not, but this one set the purpose of our show. So sit back and relax. Chill for a second. We're not recording. Oh, yeah, y'all want to do here. Let's just do this. Let's just do Facebook Live. Record's not enough for some reason. Record. Unless y'all want me to run and go get it real quick, it'll take 5 minutes. All right, here's your number. We have a microphone here. It's like, why is that going? Mine wasn't just recording. All right, so Tasha, give us a little bit of your background. Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Thangs, Iowa.
Grew up in Ames, Iowa.
Yeah, grew up in Ames, born and raised. Started early childhood in Nevada.
Not Nevada?
Not Nevada.
Nevada.
Early childhood in Nevada, and then Gilbert, and then Story City, and then back to Ames, where I graduated, raised both of my children. We're all Ames High alums.
Oh, you know what? I worked with somebody that graduated. I think I told you this. I don't know if I told you this or not, but I worked with somebody that graduated. Well, I don't know how married. I'll send it to you. So you grew up in Ames, moved away, then went back to Ames. And you and I met in summer of 2006. Oh gosh, summer of 2006, and we kicked it hard. Every single day hard. Right?
Every single day, night.
Yeah, we didn't take into the day, wake up and do it all over.
Oh my gosh.
Do it all over. So we wanted you to come on this show because there's a lot of things that you have an incredible story. At least I think you have an incredible story. One of the things that I admire about you is your resiliency, your ability to bounce back, right, from all kinds of things, right? So take us back to what was your childhood?
Childhood, it was a lot of, I think my mom honestly tried to do the best that she could. She was a single mom most of the time. My dad was pretty much in and out of my life, most of my life. He struggled with substance use, mainly alcoholism. My mom fought her own battles. Within that, I spent a lot of time with my great-grandparents. Brought a lot of challenging environments my way. You grow up. I mean, when you're born in the 70s, I feel like we're children that are chasing and not heard, right? Like we don't.
You were born in the 70s?
The 70s.
God damn, you old.
72.
God damn, you old. I'm sorry. I can say shit like that too. I'm telling y'all, we've had some fucking times. Me and her. Yeah, I didn't know you was that much older than you. Yeah. It didn't seem like it. Right. It's so damn true.
Yeah, so, you grow up thinking things about yourself that probably aren't necessarily true because of your surroundings. And, and you carry a lot of that baggage with you because you don't know how to tear yourself away from it when you're younger. Mm-hmm. And again, when you're younger, you really don't have a was, you know, I felt like I had to go along with the flow, you know,
Go with the flow.
you know. And then you get hit an age, a prime age of 50.
You're not. You 50?
Yeah. So you hit a prime age
I
of
didn't
50.
mean it like that.
And you have things, tragedies, or circumstances, or choices, self-sabotaging behavior per se,
Mm-hmm.
that was a part of your life for a very long time, and then something comes along that absolutely blows you out of the water. And child loss for me has been that thing. You know, whatever I had going on before, this certainly was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know?
All right, so take us back to. So this is what my mood changes. You guys know me if you listen to us. I'm not crazy, but Jake can be the funny one. I can be the crazy one. Remy, when he's on, he just be the weird one. Right? So, this is where the mood changes for me. Take us back to 2016, December of 2016.
Part of that time, you know, like was, man, I was lost. I was coming out of a divorce. I felt like my life again had taken a turn where I was just drinking beyond and just trying to numb things and get away from things.
Mm-hmm.
And then December 10th, early morning hours of December 10th, I happened to be I was not at home, and I see, well, my son comes to the house where I was, and with the police officers, and I thought, honestly, something had happened with him, and probably reacted in a way that, looking back, I really shouldn't have, because I remember asking Devon, you know, what happened? What happened?
You know, and being D's not.
And Dee's not, you know Dee's not that way, but we had gone through some things in friendships of his that maybe, you know, he wasn't making the best choices as far as circle of his friends. But, you know, we all
we've been there.
go through that, right?
Yeah. These guys choose to be friends with me.
So, anyway, what we find out is that my daughter, Tashara, had been found unresponsive, and I had just talked to her that night before. I didn't know what the details of that were, other than the fact that she had been found unresponsive. Life-saving measures were administered, and she was transported on life support to Mary Brady. So I really didn't know what I was walking into. I was confused.
Mm-hmm.
A million things were running through my mind. You know, what the fuck happened? You know, I just talked to her. And we get down there, and I remember an officer saying to me, you know, we treat this kind of stuff just like we treat drunk driving incidents. And I was like, still, I'm like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? And then my girlfriend happened to be working in the ER that evening, and I remember her coming through the double doors, and she said, you know, I just want to prepare you for what you're getting ready to see. And even in that moment, you guys, I just really didn't know what that meant. And I remember walking in that room, and she had all sorts of tubes coming out of her, you know, equipment on her, and she was intubated, and my heart just fell to my feet. You know, I'm still processing some of that. You know,
Yeah,
I
you're
think
probably
even
processing
6
it for the rest
years.
of your life, right?
You know, 6 years it's been. It was in December, and I think I still find myself sitting here going, how in the hell did we get here? You know, her and I had conversations, you know, about this many a times, and I never saw this coming. So I had no time to prepare for it. I had to show up, you know, I had to do my best to process whatever it was that was going to be right in front of me from this. And, you know, little did I know that
let's go back to they found T unresponsive. They transport to the hospital. When did you find out what the cause was?
That evening.
And, okay, tell our listeners
So,
what. I mean, I know what it was.
yes, yeah. So the officer that brought my son to me and initially told me what was going on and said that basically they had found, at the time they really didn't know what it was, but they had, they had talked to her girlfriend and through conversation and, kind of dissecting that environment, they had discovered that her and Sadie had taken, snorted what we now know is called U-4-7700.
And
It's a synthetic opioid.
It's a synthetic opioid that was legally made at one point.
It would, so
Like
it
what,
didn't become illegal until a week after she
to the week after she died, yeah. And it came in a pill form.
Yes.
It was legally made, highly, highly addictive opioid, very similar to heroin,
Very
right? What was
U-4-7700.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was out there.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't until 2016 or 17 that they put it on Schedule 1
Yeah.
drug.
So a week after she passed away, it became an illegal substance. Within that, just to kind of give you a little bit of history on that drug, they were seeing a lot of overdoses in Florida.
I was just about to say that again.
On U-4-7700, but what they were also finding during that time of 2016, a lot of MEs, medical examiners, when they were finding these special someones, overdosing, they weren't labeling those deaths from U-4-7700. They were generically calling them heroin overdoses. And I guess that brings me to my fight. I have people working on that specifically. Trying to make sure that Tashara's autopsy report was eventually redacted. They said that she died from heroin overdose. That's not what she did.
And what was the reason for doing that?
They just, personally, my opinion, this is not what the majority may believe, but my opinion, it's lazy amoeba. They initially had what she overdosed on completely wrong, and it was a methamphetamine overdose, and that's not even what was in her system. So something got mixed up in the lab, and the detective in our case from Ames PD actually was the head of making sure that they knew exactly what the substance was that she ingested. So.
And U4, man, that shit hit like a ton of bricks around that time.
Oh, yeah.
Like so many people had access to it because it looked like a
And
regular
what
fucking
they were
pharmaceutical
they were seeing, what happened with our cases, they broke it down and encapsulated it. So I think, so the people involved, they were actually juveniles from Ames High School. 17-year-old girlfriend of her dealer who gave it to Tashara's mom.
And how old was T when she passed?
She was 25.
She was 25. And then, so there's a lot of our listeners from around this area that follow this case, right? Because it was highlighted or broadcasted on, I think it was KCC, one of the news stations, right? And what was part of your push to make sure that the person that supplied this to you is prosecuted? Like, I understand. I would do it too, because if you give my child something, I think you're responsible. I know, and we all make choices, but some people are gonna be like, well, this person chose.
Sure.
What was part of your reason for pushing to make sure that the supply is?
So I think at the end of the day, my energy goes into, I am a firm believer in harm reduction, right? So I believe in safe needles. I believe in meeting these folks where they're at and getting, I stand behind Narcan wholeheartedly. That is my mission, is to get Narcan in as much of the community's hands as I possibly can, because you never know when you'll be in a position save someone's life. Let's start there. Now let me go back a little bit to the court case. It was never my intention. Listen, my heart aches. I lost my daughter here. Tashara paid the biggest price, right? Her mental culpability played a bigger part in the courts than accountability for those two defendants that were in our case.
So it was two defendants?
It was Tashara's girlfriend, fiance, and then her 17-year-old friend or dealer.
Oh shit, I didn't know it was.
Yeah, and listen, it was never my intention to toss them in jail for years and years and throw away the key. It was my intention, however, to shine light on the events that occurred that evening and to shine light on who really was the victim here, and that was Tashara. She lost her life, and I don't believe that she knew she was ingesting. You know, there was nothing ever found in her phone that she knew. I do know her fiance and the 17-year-old dealer. There was discussion of how lethal it was. When it ended up, so they were originally charged with manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because Caitlin, the dealer, was 17, federally they don't prosecute juveniles. So they went back to state level, and the girls that, like I said, were originally charged with involuntary manslaughter. That did not stick. They didn't feel like they had enough evidence to support that charge.
Whoa.
So they reduced their charges to simple drug possession. They spent 30 days in jail. They had $100 and some fine, and they lost their license.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me adjust this mic to adjust the audio for our people listening to this. Yeah, one of your friends said that the audio was very quiet. All right. So I didn't know that the charges were reduced. What were they reduced to again?
Simple drug possession.
Simple drug possession. So they threw out the involuntary manslaughter.
Because of what you said, as U-47700 was not illegal
At the time.
And it did not become illegal until a week after she passed away.
Yeah, it got on the Schedule 1 list early, beginning 2017. Yes. So when you hear the charges get reduced, what was your initial reaction?
Mad. It was maddening. I mean, if you can imagine a mama bear buying this, you know me.
I do.
I don't fuck around. And I'm oftentimes a reactor. You know, I wanted to paint the streets of Ames red. And you know my relationship with Tashara.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's some history that a lot of people don't understand. That was my homegirl, you know. She was my baby.
Y'all were very, very close.
We were, it was a special relationship. And it's honestly one that I've been able to develop with my son. You know, they're 9 years apart, so yeah. I mean, my kids are my life. You know, they absolutely have saved me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this out here for the people that's watching us on Facebook Live. Or if this ain't gonna go through, we are absolutely redoing this episode because this is important. It is important for us to get this out, right? So if this technology shit don't work, we are redoing this episode. This is probably the more important episode that we've done in the last year. You know, I mean, so
Appreciate that.
we will. If this shit don't work, we're gonna redo it, and we'll do it from Dean's place. So it's nice and quiet. That's the name of my bar at home.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, we got. You're not a drinker, but we
He's
got
not
booze.
grown up on me or what?
Should we play you? What questions you guys got?
Just sit here, you know, just get your daughter, your homegirl, you know, like, you're just a strong person right now. And then for 25, 30 minutes, I'm like, you either pick yourself back up, you got feeling lost. I'm like, damn. Like,
You know,
it's so sad, but at the same time, it's like, I don't pick yourself.
I mean, I had no choice. Sitting on, like, I've always said this, sitting on the sidelines was never an option for me. I had, number one, I had Devon still continuing to watch me and observe me, you know, and I made some decisions, medical decisions, that he probably did not agree with at 16. Do I think he completely understood? I'm not trying to undercut him. He's very intelligent. Devon, I'm lucky, you know, I'm very fortunate to have my kids. You know, I think there's a part of him that feels like we gave up on her, you know, when I took her off life support. I just knew in my heart, Marcus, that she was not going to be the same T that we all knew.
yeah.
And that we all were able to witness and see how she maneuvered herself through life, you know. I just knew that was not going to be the same.
Yeah, and I remember getting a Facebook Messenger message from her. That's what she was going to do. And she had just, well, she was at JJ's, she had just got promoted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
right
she was
before
here
that.
in Aiken.
Yeah, she got.
Yeah, she was a
right
district
before
manager.
that. Yeah, and I remember getting that Facebook Messenger message from her. He was going to do that immediately. I was like, how hard of a fucking decision is that?
And the other thing is like coming out of that, like 6 years right now, thinking the shoulda, coulda, wouldas will get you every single time, you know.
Right.
Like I think about, you know, I mean, because they did mention to me, you know, we were waiting on neurology reports, and there was no activity on either side of her brain. So I just kept thinking about that, and I know there have been cases that, you know, these special patients have gone to, you know, a memory care facility, and they've been able to bring them back. You know, I just really kept her in my continual thoughts. Like, is this what she would have wanted? You know, and I just came to my decision that that's not what she was not going to want for herself.
So that happened. So 2000. It was prior to Christmas when you made that decision.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what.
But
That
keep in mind,
happened.
we've been fighting for the last
For
2
2
weeks.
weeks, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she really fought hard. Like when I tell you, you know, what I walked into, like she underwent hypothermia protocol, and that's taking her body temperature below 98.6. You know, and rebuilding it. You know, she's Caesar. You know, she had to be on dialysis, and the reason why she was air flighted to Mercy is because she needed to be on a dialysis machine that took all of her blood out at once and cleaned it. Even up until she passed away, she still had so much for in her system that, I mean, it was just, I could donate. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and those who are not familiar with U4, one of the street names I'm
It's
familiar
Pink.
with is Pink or Pinky.
Pinky, yeah.
That's one of the things that they call U4 on the street. And they call that because it's like a powdery substance that's almost like pink in color. Right?
Yes.
But so many people was hitting it because it was legal at the time. So you find somebody with a prescription, you're getting the shit, right? And then, yeah, and I mean,
I had asked, in my journey thus far, I've asked, you know, what is it that draws you to it, you know? And every time and time again, what I've heard is it makes you feel superhuman, you know, just. But the painful reality is that first high, that's what they're chasing. You know what I'm saying? So many of these folks, they oftentimes don't get a second chance, you know? I mean, we're losing our special someone's more than 200 and some lives a day, you know. Something has got to be done, you know. And I just know that she's worth every ounce of tears that I've shed, every ounce of pain that I feel. That's how I make it through my days. And let me tell you, I'm not healed. I'm healing.
Yes.
And the tools that I have come across, some have been given to me. A lot I've had to tweak because I'm weird. I'm different. A lot of that shit doesn't work for me.
We know you. We know you're different.
You know, a lot of that shit doesn't work for me. And
Those
I'm
of us
stubborn.
who know you, we know that you are different.
You know, I remember my dad saying at a young age, Tasha, your hard head is going to make us out behind. And it absolutely has. Like, what this honestly has taught me, Marcus, she's given me my life back, you know? And I hate to say that. I hate to say that I had to lose her to find me. But I hope in the deepest parts of my soul that she knows that all of this is for her and Devon, you know? And if I can help one person, one family, not be embarrassed to talk about this shit, you know, that's the part of the problem is the stigma that we, you know, that we have in our culture, you know, like we don't talk about the ugly things.
We talk about when things are going good.
Right, and those ugly things are the cause of a lot of self-sabotaging behavior, right? Like, I don't know how I made it this far, right? Like, I've put myself in situations that, looking back today, you know, I most definitely could have been to you know?
So let's transition to you dealing with the grief.
Yeah.
What is your day-to-day process to deal with the grief of losing people?
You know, every day is different. I call it the grief surfboard, you know? I mean, I have to take the day as it comes. Even from the moment I put my feet on the ground, stepping out of my bed, I'm very methodical now. Before, I lived very peacefully. I'm very methodical today. I really try to be... one huge thing that I've learned is it's not about being perfect. It's about being present. And what also in being present, showing up for Devon, you know,
Because he's still here.
because he's still, and that's been so hard to, you know, there's a part of me that's gone, you know, and some of that person I really liked, you know, she helped me fight many battles, you know. But I had to get down and dirty and deal with. I mean, it's forced me to deal with a lot of my baggage and this grief thing. It's a crazy thing, you know. It makes you feel like you're losing your mind.
Grief is so weird.
It is
You
weird.
can be like very, very, your day's going smoothly, very, very happy, and it can be one fucking reminder.
One thing.
That just breaks you down.
Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of people that don't understand that, you know. You know, I may have talked to somebody earlier on in the day and was happy as can be, and then I get home and I just snap, you know. Like I still ask myself why, you know, why?
Why? What? Like, what's the why?
How did we get here? You know, how did I fail her in that area? You know.
And,
I mean, I have to make space for that.
Yeah, and for the people that don't know, too, beautiful girl, the prettiest eyes you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Love music.
Love.
She played the ukulele, she played the guitar, whoever the fuck it was with music. She was the sweetest person that you will ever meet. Quiet until she got a fucking guitar. So,
Right.
very, very, very. And then you see something like this happen. It's hard. Like for me in 2000, it was hard for me to comprehend the why. You know what I'm saying? That's not Tia. You know, she ain't put something in her body. Because I mean, you never saw her not smile.
Right.
Like the whole summer of 2006 when we kicked it hard. This girl smiled the whole time. Like, granted, some people
No,
change over years,
and going back to that,
Yeah.
like I could have been a better mom. You know, what I could have shown up more for her during that period. You know, like I said, the whole friend thing. You know, and it's like
I think a lot of us do that first. Like, we want our
I'm probably
friends.
harder on myself than I probably
Yeah,
should
but
be.
a lot
you know,
of us want our daughters, our sons to accept us.
Yeah.
You know, make sure that their life is great. So what we do, we teeter on that friend side, and then we step
Right.
in when we need to. You know, because she was such a good kid, maybe you felt like you didn't need to step in at that moment. Because but there's also outside influences that affect each one of us. Like
Oh, yeah.
for me, like I'm normally a nice person, and I get around Remy and Jake and do like right? It's those outside influences. Those outside influences play a
It's
bigger
more
part of
direct.
people's lives. It's a bigger part of people's lives than we want to give credit for. Outside influences.
Well, and then listen. So, you know, when I told you about growing up and feeling, you know, I felt so alone for so long, and so then when I get around a group that, I mean, you talk about us all hanging out in 2006. You know, I was going through a lot of things. You guys
You
were
were.
my support system,
Yeah.
you know, and
I don't know
and
how much
you
dumb shit I talked you out of.
You know, just
Oh
you
God.
enabled me to kind of to not pay attention to the heaviness that was going on in my life, right?
Yeah, I talked you out.
Good,
Doing
bad,
some
or
dumb shit.
indifferent, it was a part of my growth, you know.
So the grief is something that you're probably gonna obviously deal with the daily. You're gonna deal with it for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
What keeps you going?
my son. Her memory. Um, the not ever wanting her to be forgotten because she gave up so much. You
So
know,
you had so much left to give.
she
too.
had so much. You know, she was just starting to thrive. She had just taken on that big job not too long before. Just had recently moved into a really nice, pretty nice duplex. You know, which is what we were talking about that evening. She was giving me a tour of it. You know, and I was really excited. So I hadn't talked to her in 3 months prior to that, Marcus, because her and Sadie were living at my house. I knew something was wrong. And
That was actually my next question. You knew something wrong.
I knew. I actually, when they started dating each other, I received a phone call. I remember getting a phone call from someone and them saying to me, "I'm worried that this is not going to be good. You know, I know that Sadie has teetered around with heroin, and this isn't to diss Sadie by any means. This is my truth.
Right.
That's first and foremost. You know, this is. I feel like I do have a right to speak on it.
Right,
It's my
you do.
child. So.
You do.
And if I offend somebody tonight, it's not meant to. I've never been someone who sugarcoats anything. I'm meant to. I wanted to ruffle some feathers. It's important to me. So, you know, what pulls me out of bed in the morning is that I know that I have Devon still here, very present, and I know that he needs me to be at my best, and not perfect, but working to be my best. Showing up. When I tell you more present not only in Devon's life, but showing up for me finally, and not undercutting myself. Knowing that my gift that she left me with is she's tucked in right in my pocket. You know, the gift that she left me with is that I have each day to do it over, and she doesn't have another day to do it over. So I have to fight in her name every day, and I will do that until I take my last breath. She's so important to me, and empowering the community with knowledge, and not, you know, like I'm not going anywhere. We need to talk about these things. This is how true healing happens. This is how we're going to start saving people's lives, you know. And if I have to be somewhat, you know, not comfortable, that's
So
where my
good.
power lies.
Right.
With, within her laws. I mean, I just and again, I have some good days and I have some really really shitty days. Um, but there's power within that all that I found, and I again, I'm not healed, but I'm healing, and to wake up to less heaviness than the day before. I That's a great feeling.
You know, one of the things that I found is really cool, like when your presence on Facebook. Like when you make a Facebook post, you be sure to tag her. I think that is so cool. Like she lives
That's
with you every
intentional.
yeah. I hope it's intentional that she's still with you every single day. And you know, I think most people like will be confused by it, but I know, and I know your heart that you know you carry her with you every single day. So let's transition to after all of this happened, your grief process. What's your fight now? So you do a lot of things for awareness of shit.
So, well, prior to COVID, you know, listen, this stuff didn't just fall in my lap. Connections. I knew I was going to have to get out there and dig around, you know, and find people to connect with to give me more power and to give the cause more power.
Mm-hmm.
And so in perusing, which is probably
I'm
my
gonna say
favorite
what?
words,
What's that word?
with perusing through the internet and Google, I was able to connect with do some phenomenal networking. And one of those places led me to Washington, D.C. in not receiving the justice that I hoped for Tashara. I knew that I wanted to be a part of change that I was to see for other families, because that was a tragedy. I mean, that was absolutely. I mean, it's a smack in my face.
Smack in the face.
Because not even treatment was offered to those girls, and substance use still is a very big thing for the both of them. So I knew that I needed to figure out a way to head to Washington, and so I linked arms with it's called Voices for Non-Opioid Choices, and they are a part of a bigger cause than I ever could have imagined. It was like it was meant to be. So it's called the No Pain Act. They have a bill in the House and the Senate, and it really it passed here. It took us almost 4 years to get it passed for one, which is absolutely puzzling, you know, because it has so much potential to save so many lives. So pre-op surgery, what this bill was going to enable folks is to have a choice of alternative form of pain management. Because right now, they just pass out fentanyl like nobody's business pre-op, you know? And they aren't, you know, they're required to ask, you know? I mean, I'm scared at how many people that don't get asked if you are struggling with a substance use disorder. Are they asking these folks, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have a substance use issue? Because one, I mean, could totally, you know, I mean, I know why they use opioids, right? They can bundle them, they're less expensive. But what this bill is going to now change is people are getting, you know, our federal insurances or our government insurances are going to have a choice to choosing something else.
So they gives them a choice of
so they can
choosing the alternate.
Yes, whether it be a nerve block or, you know.
So what are some of the organizations you're involved with again?
So Voices for Non-Opioid Choices. I sit on the board of directors for Community and Family Resources. They do a lot of work. They're part of. They opened up a medication-assisted treatment facility in Ames. a new facility in Fort Dodge, catering to men, women, and adolescents. Um, they, they, they're just a part of. I mean, they have helped me so much. Like, Tashara was on billboards for a while in
Yep.
all the counties that CFR serves, and I mean, I would have never been able to do that on my own, and what they did is they gave me a platform and they gave me a voice, and they gave Tashara, her making so Tashara's memory is not going to ever.
Oh, being
Yeah.
What questions you guys have?
Yeah. Any questions?
I know. I stunned them. We don't usually do deep episodes like that. Like this.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Sorry. It's not a lot of questions. It's something I've actually kind of always been kind of not intrigued about, because that's not the right word, but and I hit on that padlock to overdose. And it's sudden. I mean, I reached within the past 6 months, I lost my cousin, who I grew up as basically my sister. Unfortunately, she was found over in the Quad Cities in a storage unit. She made her adulthood, but she overdosed. One like this, and I mean, it was pretty rough family. She lost her mother and her little brother to overdose for similar cases. So I've always kind of think, what can we do better to get this stuff out of it so easy access? Because what it is the pharmaceuticals are making it legally. But then they put it into the dealers' hands. They don't know 100% that hey, it's legal to make it. But they legally make it.
And a lot of
But
times,
they're using it the wrong way.
Right. A
And
lot
when
of
they're
times,
getting out.
this stuff. I mean, it starts in their own medicine cabinet.
And it's easy access, but like why? It's just some of the stuff is more addictive than cigarettes or alcohol. It's just it can affect your body immediately. And it's scary. And again, it doesn't only hurt the victim, it hurts the victim's family, and in turn, in some cases, it hurts here, I'm a dealer, I don't know what I have, there you go. It hurts them because now they're in a situation they never thought they'd be in. I don't know if 100% of the time it is what it is, but yes, it affects so much more. Yes, the ultimate victim is the one that ultimately didn't get to live anymore, or lost their life. But it's awareness, it's like, it can happen to anybody.
Oh, and it does not discriminate.
Right,
It
and,
can happen to
and I'm so
absolutely
sorry that it can happen just when it happens like that. You can't, and it's just, what you ate that day, what you drank that day, what are you also using? There's so many circumstances that can be scary. And yes, the awareness is like, but my scary thing is, okay, they get rid of this. Something new is happening. And since I've grown up in my 38 years of life, something's always different. How do we stop that? How do we stop something that can get so easy access to anybody and everybody?
In a perfect world, we wouldn't have mental health challenges, and I'm a firm believer that mental health and substance use disorder go hand in hand.
And it's one of the things we do in our show. We put mental health awareness no fucking up. And I don't even know how I got to that point, but shit's real. That shit does go hand in hand. I agree with you.
Let's put it this way. There was years before, just for this situation, like my aunt, she passed away many months ago, a day right before my birthday, but it was like, well, she did it for the heck. I don't want to do that. And then I think it's hereditary sometimes it has to be, because my father was with him. I'll go talk to people with some, like a phone, just it's going to fix it today. What about tomorrow? I think with mental health is that communication with other people. And sometimes you do outsource it. I met you today. I might feel comfortable comfortable talking with you about something. I do with Marcus. I've been with him for 20 years, and I don't want him to feel hurt by what's going on.
Sure.
So I'll go after a stranger.
Sure.
That has no non-biased treatment with. It's like, okay, you know.
And I think that's another thing. You asked me what gets me out of bed, and that's another thing is just being a part of the solution and not the problem. Truly ending the stigma against this stuff. You know, like secrets keep people sick. Let's deal with this shit. You know, let's all. You know, there's power in numbers. Let's all. We can make a difference. You know, like I just know that I can't give up. I can't. You know.
You get up and you sewing yourself up.
Oh.
Right? And then that we
Now,
just
I'm
talk
not ever
about.
saying that I didn't feel like, I mean, I just spoke at an engagement at the public library in Ames, and for the first time, you know, I made space for, you know, I had thought about suicide
What after this?
during this. Yeah, and it was, you know, a few weeks ago was the first time I had publicly acknowledged that. And there's healing within that too.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
force myself to say that shit. I mean, I got in my car afterwards and I sobbed like a baby, you know? It's like, this has had me feeling.
Well, and that's not even with even that. It's just even, you know, with you, it's like there's sometimes because when I was younger, I was challenged with suicide.
Sure.
You know, a lot of part was like what broke me was now I'm taking myself with me. Now it hurt even more. And it ties into a lot of things. All of it does. I mean, you're hurting and you don't want to hurt anymore.
Right.
It doesn't go away.
It's substance use. It's
Right.
a lot of that. Take that numb, make it numb.
And then you drown it away for the day. That pain is still there. You know. But a lot of things like here, you know, and it's something I've talked about, and you know, I'm a good spot where I do with my nieces, and they're going through teenagers. It's something I'm still growing on, so I'm going to help them not this. Sometimes negative things happen, you know, and it's gonna come out of nowhere. But build on the positive.
Right.
But when it being positive and kind of life
It's
is
almost
not
like fake
great.
it till you make it.
It is, but life's not a rush.
Right,
And it's
right.
like you keep on focusing on the negative and trying to fix a little bit of negative. And that's how people get caught up.
Yeah.
You're gonna dig yourself too deep. And that's how I look at life anymore. I've seen it over the many years of my life. It's like and that's how I get through it. You know. What do we got here? Anyway, so that's my. I don't know. I didn't want to.
No, that's great.
I'm still on fire. I'm sorry.
You still unplugged?
Is it?
It's crazy how sometimes life's fragile, you know. This
Yeah.
whole thing here. I mean, sitting next to you right now,
Oh,
you're
boy.
just a big, huge advocate for it, and I'm just like sitting here. It's amazing. It's sad. It's amazing what you're doing. You know, it's a process.
So, you know, we talked about all that. Now we get to the spicy part of the show. Like I said, we may even have to do a part 2 of the show. And if this shit don't turn out right technology-wise, we do it. 'Cause
We
have to.
blame Marcus.
Yeah, you can blame me all you want.
I'm
So, what is one of the things that you enjoy? What's one of the things that you enjoy in your spare time? Is it music? Is it what is it? Not cutting hair. She's had so many hustles, bro. She has
I
been
know,
hustling.
right?
Y'all know I do a lot of shit. So. Like, what do you want the hot section to be on? You pick the category. You pick the category. You want to do music?
Music.
All right. Remy, well, we got one of our sponsors, Brown Dog's Farm hot sauces. We're gonna eat some wings, right?
Okay.
We're gonna eat some wings. So the first one up, what's the first one up?
We got a jalapeno green apple.
Jalapeno green apple from Brown Dog's Farm. Saucer is up food. Don't be trying to skim either. Everybody's doing the Brown Dog green apple first. Coat that motherfucker. We can always get more because they're a sponsor.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Because I'm on the end, I don't have to do that much, right?
This smells hot.
Yeah. Go ahead, take your bite. I had too much. I had a big glump in my mouth. Nope, don't say that. All right, top 5 rappers, Tasha, go.
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, number 1.
Ice Cube.
Number 4. You going West?
Busta Rhymes.
Mm.
And Eminem.
That's 4. That got hot.
And Missy Elliott.
Ooh. Get your foot down. Get your foot down. All right, what's next? Ghost Hair. What's that next one, Jake? No, not that one. Not that one.
Not this one?
That one.
Ghost Pair.
I thought we just did that.
We did the apple.
We did the apple. Make sure we put that one to the side so we don't do it. Oh yeah, Remy. Everybody got to do it.
I like the green apple.
The green apple is building.
It kind of has a.
It's as a standing power. It has a little stamp. Here we go. This is the Ghost Pair from
Ghost Pair.
Top 5 R&B singers.
Okay. It's up there. Mary J. Blige, Marcus Lester. Beyonce's up there.
That's my kid saying. My girlfriend.
Green beef.
Yeah?
It's supposed to be for Tasha, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna say Alicia Keys.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm gonna say. You know, I like me some SWP.
Ooh. What's it?
like
I
me
get so
some
weak in my
TLC.
knees.
Yes, TLC.
This is hot.
Rihanna?
Riri,
You gotta remember,
listen,
she's 50, bro.
Listen, Riri.
Hey, you wanna
I
reach
do
my
like
beard?
me
This
some
shit's hot,
Rihanna, but
This shit's hot. You want to reach me my beard
these
right
are
now?
weak.
You're a fucking Mexican.
These are weak. No,
Rihanna? Yes and no? Look at this.
I kind of lost it on her performance this year.
Super Bowl.
At
You
the
only
Super
can do
Bowl.
so much with your brain.
Yeah,
I know. I just wasn't.
She came on stage, I'm like, yep, here's Bonnie.
Yeah, I wasn't.
One of the red jumpsuit.
All right.
Not a fan.
Okay.
All right. What's next? Let's go jalapeno peach, which is should be and technically should be one level lower than this ghost. Oh, wait till you come to the crib.
Thank you.
I got some
Oh,
really
you got
hot
some
ones.
hot ones?
Oh yeah.
Refrigerator.
Jalapeno peach.
Habanero peach.
Oh, habanero. I say jalapeno.
Yeah.
I suck.
Don't wipe your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not super hot, but they have flavors.
I'll look over at you guys and you guys are quiet.
They have flavors. They have flavors.
No, it's not bad. I like the one bad either. I like the sweetness out of it.
I'm about to fuck my sister up with this one right here. Well, I'll wait till you take a bite. I have a phlegm in the back of my throat. Okay. Top 5. Look at how you're looking at me. Because I know Jake don't do hot shit like that.
No, we don't like hot shit.
I'm Norwegian.
Yeah. That's why I had to make sure it was. It's not very often that the three of us get to be on the same show anymore. It's really his work study.
It's actually changing as of this week.
That's all right. So, I'm about to fuck you up right now.
Oh, come on now.
Top 5 songs to make you hug.
Oh,
She knew I had to hit her with
yeah.
some off the wall
Some
shit.
Key Sweat.
Ooh, he'd be begging for it though.
You're gonna take me back. I'll be sure.
I'm fucking take you back. What the God? I'm in my very first night.
Oh, Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight back at one.
Right. Yes.
Well, there's a lot. I bet that's something a lot of babies back in the day.
Not like Luther Vandross.
Oh, the old Luther.
Oh, the big Luther.
Oh.
We talking about big Luther. What about you, Courtney?
What?
You don't even know how to make love. But as we wrap this thing up, I want to give my sister an opportunity to just. Oh, well, you want to talk about more love making?
No, I'm good.
I want to give my sister the opportunity just to go off. Just say whatever the fuck you want to say. I hope y'all overdose awareness. That's my fucking mouse burning.
Yep.
Tell the people everything you want them to do.
Listen, I truly believe this crisis that we are fighting right now in our country should have no political value attached to it. We need everybody's support. There is got to be more urgency in the area of our opiate crisis and overdose than there is now. And my hope within this next year is to, now that Narcan is available, they just
I
made
just
it
saw that.
over the
Narcan
counter
over the counter. Yep.
this week. So I would like to, my work is going to be trying to get a vending machine where these folks can get Narcan. Anybody can get Narcan 24 hours a day. And Indiana has it. There's no reason why Iowa shouldn't have it. So that's my next work. And to all of you, carry Narcan, man. You just don't know.
Somebody fuck you up, right?
Yeah, you just don't know. Make good choices. Be present. You are a pussy.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
And listen, when you hear people like me, families like me that are walking this, that step into these, I call them the Ugly Shoes Club. When you know somebody, be mindful about what you say, I'm a firm believer, I would just like to see us go back to, truly caring about each other, caring about each other's well-being, and check up on your people, It's rough out here, they've got shit going on. Everyone's got some shit, but I know with a good support system and people like me that continually share our journeys and our stories, there's healing within that. And I guess at the end of it all, what I truly just want to say is that, man, these, when you see about substance use disorder, or you see someone struggling, that's somebody's special someone, that's somebody's child at the end of the day. And we've got to do better by our people. We just got to do better.
Right on. So let's give our listeners where they can find you if they want to talk more. What are your
Listen, my
social
face
handles?
here, I
On
think
Facebook,
I lost connection.
No, you good.
Listen, my profile's public. I think people know where to find me. I have an email address, changewillcome2016@gmail.com. Reach out to me, if you're in need of an ear or you want to know how to get access to Narcan. We need this stuff on our persons at all times. We need it in our schools.
That shit is present in schools.
Yes.
Well, I feel like in schools, that's where
That shit was started.
Absolutely.
where they learn it.
Yeah. Like, families, don't be scared. Don't be scared because, trust me, there's people out here that are here to help, to listen to, we got you, I got you. I may look like I'm having a really good day today, and I am, but at the end of the day, I really do miss Tashara. I love her to death.
Miss you, T.
Yeah, we miss you, T. Devon, he's excelling. I'm so fucking proud of this kid. You talk about resilience. This kid is resilient. He's had a lot happen to him at a young age, and it's a lot of trauma that most of us adults can't work ourselves through, and he's doing it. So,
Hell yeah. And I just want to say, on behalf of our podcast and the three of us, Thanks and Thangs podcast, we drink. This is a substance, I guess. We drink a lot. On behalf of the three of us in our podcast, we want to make a donation to whatever cause that is you want to give it to. So we will make a $50 donation to whatever organization it is you want to give it to on behalf of our podcast. One of the things we do when we wrap up episodes is more important than any other episode we like to leave our listeners with a positive thought for the week. I'm going to start with Rim City down at the end. What you got, brother?
I always get the really same one, man. Every day is everybody has a battle day. Everybody has try to stay as positive as you can, man. Just put down the trouble and try to build your life.
absolutely.
It doesn't have to be instant, but like I was saying earlier, I think a lot of us, and I've seen it in people, they try so hard to fix something negative in their life and forget that if you cannot control that control it's so positive things come in your life, and those are going to get better, and eventually those negatives, you're just going to dwindle out.
Feed that positive energy into something good.
And you know what? Accept the negativity, because it's going to be there regardless if you learn.
His mouth, no, we your mouth burning.
Me? Yeah.
No, we your mouth burning. What you got? What you got for us?
Well, not yet. But I did it for Marcus.
Yeah, he usually don't do shit.
Welcome back, Raymond. Good to see you for a while. Back to the podcast. Thanks for sharing the story tonight. It means a lot talking about this stuff. It's not easy. It's not.
Leaves you feeling pretty vulnerable.
Life sucks sometimes. So, spread yourself. People that love you, care about you, the ones that reach out are the ones that really matter. So, all right, and Marcus, congratulations. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. LSU. National.
Sorry.
Hold on, say national champion.
So, hey, you know what? All teams played well this,
You lost by 17.
All teams,
You lost by 17.
Ruby won't mind me saying this.
I didn't lose anything, man.
Baseball's back and go Cubs, go.
Oh, that's next episode.
Let's just shine these Iowa girls though for a minute.
Yeah,
Look, they played their asses off. They,
Shout out. All right, your turn. Your positive thought.
Okay.
I included in my positive.
Okay, my positive thought is we all get another day to do it right. Seize it. Show up for yourself. And most importantly, love yourself. You matter. You
You
matter.
matter. So, me this week, I'm going back to one that I said. Check on the happy people.
Absolutely.
Check on the happy people. I am, and these guys know because they've been with me since the beginning of this. I am so thankful that we have a platform that people can come on and tell us that we bullshit and we joke and we drink a lot of times, and I make fun of these guys. I don't know what I would do without my friends. I have those moments. Everybody has those moments. Hey, doing shit like this and reconnecting with my guys, reconnecting with you every single day. And I have my family every day that supports us doing this and all this. This type of shit like this brings me joy. Like we have a platform where we can brighten people's day through laughter, or brighten people's day by telling their story, or sharing their story. So I'm very thankful that we can do this, but don't forget to check on the happy because they have shit going on. The World's Drunken Podcast, the Rim City, super producer Jake, my girl Tasha, and I'm your boy. We'll see y'all next time. Peace. You want to know what's weird? I think it recorded on here because I think you can record. This is brand new, so I think it can record directly to this board. I think it records because see the timer went away.
Oh, it did.
I think it can record directly to the board, and I can transfer it from the board to
Okay,
the.
just let me know.
If not, we gonna.
Let's go home. Yeah. So, I mean, we hung out in high school, right? Down at Stevens football game. This is like shit's happening. Like I'm running in life, right? Sitting there, and I feel like, Jesus, staring at the back of my head or something. Turn around and he's standing there, and I'm like, we don't need this, because I'm just such a I can't be alone type of person,
Yeah.
and that gets you every damn time, and then